And we're off. Whoever finishes with fewer seconds will win. That is the goal. Iron Gate is the first stage of the run. It's unfortunately kind of an anticlimactic first stage. Not a whole lot happens in it. But the things that you should be looking out for are whether or not the players go for a ring route, which is collecting a certain number of rings in order to get speed shoes at the last checkpoint. Or equally, maybe you should be looking for just basically how well they're taking the corners. Ethmar opting not to hit the checkpoint so that he can get enough rings to collect the speed shoes. Agadoof actually not opting to go for that, opting instead to just go down the elevator. Not going for the speed shoes does technically lose a second if both players or if both comparisons are playing optimally, but in terms of a race, it can be completely understandable to not go for it. It's only a second. Ethmar goes back to get the rocket. And he finishes with a time barely above 2 minutes. I know Ethmar personally likes to personally go for sub 2. So I don't imagine he's incredibly happy about that, but a time barely over 2 minutes is nothing to sneeze at. Agadoo finishing not far behind with only 1 second extra added on. You could chalk that up to the speed shoes difference. Yeah, hot shot, pretty simple boss. Stun lock him. It's really as simple as that. Jump onto the boxes so you kill him in the air. So you get the aerial animation for death, which is a lot faster. It's pretty standard. Dry Lagoon, we're going to be going for free piece checks. Ethmar resets for blue and white V because getting a jail piece is not that good. Forgotten Little Boat is okay, but it's not what he's looking for. He doesn't grab the hint because he has yellow radar, and he just frees the turtle. It doesn't even look like he's going for too many free piece checks at all. Blue and white striped out. Okay. Agadoof going for his own set of free piece checks. It looks like he does get a coconut, which is not bad at all. Checks for below the turtle's face, which is solid. And then Ethmar looks like he's going to be getting Turtle's Tunnel. I hope it's the good one. And it looks like it isn't. Oh, no. Agadoof having a really sweet set with Ethmar getting some unfortunate luck. And there's the difference completely mitigated. Yeah, this is the piece that we affectionately refer to as Bad Turtle's Tunnel, as there are 2 different variations of what this piece can be, and getting the one in the middle of the tunnel is awful. It doesn't like you, and neither does the current.
How is that? Perfect? Like me?
Agadoof grabbing the extra life before resetting, something I don't think I've actually seen too many people do, but in Dark Story, your lives matter so much, especially if you reset on Rouge stages a lot. But really the key components of Sand Ocean that you're going to want to look for are whether or not the runners go for sand walking, which Agadoof did not do, understandably. It's a frame perfect. Well, it might not be frame perfect, but it's a very small frame window. It looks like Ethmar is going to go for sandwalking as Agadoof goes for what I believe is going to be a first cycle. Ooh, an unfortunate death for Agadoof as he did skip the checkpoint, putting him all the way back at the beginning of the stage. Ethmar not getting a successful sandwalking attempt, but he does opt to just go play the stage normally. We are completely dead even again. Ethmar on 0 lives with Agadoof on 4. This could be okay as long as he picks up some extra lives later in the level. There are a lot of rings, but if he's not careful, that could turn into quite the issue. Ethmar opting to go for a merry-go-round jump to kind of mitigate his time loss. Yeah, both of these racers neck and neck, just trying to execute. Agadoof gets Chowbox jump. Ethmar misses Chowbox jump, and that is going to be a game over. Unfortunate. Ethmar restarting Sand Ocean. We may see him go for the Hail Mary sandwalking attempt, but we're not. It's not exactly guaranteed. Again, it is a very frame-tight trick, very precise, and it cannot be that good of an option to go for it sometimes. Agadoof taking an unfortunate death right before a checkpoint. There's a reason Sand Ocean is considered one of the worst stages in Dark Story. It can be very punishing if you're not careful. Ethmar going for Sandwalk, trying to line up his shot. Oh, and he doesn't get it. Unfortunate. Agadoof is going to the merry-go-round jump that killed him last time, and he doesn't get it a second time. This is Spaghetti Ocean if I've ever seen one.
Those idiots will never find my hidden base inside this pyramid. Let's take it first.
Yeah, this stage does not appear to be very kind to either runner. And Agadoof taking another unfortunate death. The spaghetti is incredibly real. Ethmar breaks the balloon, but doesn't quite get the doesn't break it at the correct time and does not bounce back up out of the sand. He lines up for another shot, and he gets sand walking the wrong way. Oh no, he got it, but I think he got it a little bit too late, which caused him to pop out of the ground not quick enough. And he gets the same issue again as another game over. Oh, this is brutal. Agadoof finishing or looking to finish the end of the stage. But yes, unfortunately, 3 game overs for Ethmar on Sand Ocean. This stage is not very kind. Ethmar going for it again, doesn't quite get it. Agadoof pulling ahead by an entire stage. Unbelievable.
Sorry I'm late.
Not a problem. You just missed a lot of Sand Ocean.
I can
a lot
see
of
that.
Sand Ocean.
AGDF finish up at a time, he's now at 10 minutes and just finishing up Sand Ocean. That's not what I expected of him.
Yep. Neither of them appeared to have a very good time with Sand Ocean. After Ethmar's first game over, he just spent the rest of his time going for sand walking again and again, and he spent 2 more game overs on that. But it
All
looks like
right.
he is able to successfully get it. He's getting dropped down by bombs onto the Mystic Melody, and he is going to be fine. Agadoof going for Mock Bounce, not quite getting as much height as he needed to get, but he is still able to use that to his advantage and get a decent checkpoint time.
So, can you tell me how the first stages went? How was the Dry Lagoon RNG on both of our players, and how did Iron Gate go?
Iron Gate was 1 second apart. Ethmar did the ring route for Speed Shoes, and Agadoof did not. That was the 1 second difference. And on Dry Lagoon, Agadoof got a 30-second set, and Ethmar got Bad Turtles Tunnel. So,
Okay.
yeah, Ethmar looks to be finally finishing up his own Sand Ocean, as Agadoof is more than halfway into Radical Highway. Getting some weird camera into going back onto the loop. That was interesting. This is a weird race.
That was too close.
But for everybody that had their money on Ethmar, we might be seeing what's it called? We might be seeing the great equalizer that is Sand Ocean.
Yes, but this is the first game, right?
Yeah, this is game 1.
All right. So still everything can happen.
Oh, of course.
I mean, we still have security hall.
Mm. Ooh, Ethmar unfortunately goes through the wall. He didn't get enough. He didn't get enough, or he wasn't far enough from the wall he was trying to mock bounce off of.
I still
guess-
didn't really understand how that trick works.
So the thing about walls in SA2 is that when you're in the air and you have a lot of momentum going into a wall, the game just kind of transfers it up. That's why super bounces work, and that's why if you spin dash jump into a wall at the right angle, or not angle, but at the right speed and distance, then you will get pushed up quite a great distance. Ethmar
I
getting up
understand.
on mock bounce as Agadoof collecting the pick nails and going for his first piece in green.
Oh, first piece in green. That means you can use the death threats.
And he does take a death
exit
right there.
Yeah, that death was intended.
Yes.
I can't read his hints, but it looks like it's on a nail.
Yep. And so he gets his third hint. Yeah, I can't quite see what that is.
Dark Shell, I believe that is.
A Dark Beast in Snake Altar. A 43 security haul is certainly fine enough to keep his lead over Ethmar, as Ethmar is still only passing the Mystic Melody on Radical Highway.
Ooh, that's unfortunate for Ethmar.
Agadoof starting up Lost Colony, which is it's definitely the stage that tests your ground movement the most out of the Eggman stages, except maybe Iron Gate, but I feel like Lost Colony just tests a little bit more.
I would say Lost Colony test is a little different.
Yeah, I can see that. Ethmar goes for a swag strat at the end of Radical Highway by spin dashing on the rail to make a far jump and cut off a lot of the stage, but unfortunately unable to make the trick work.
That's unfortunate. And what is happening to him now? Looks like his stream has stopped.
Agadoof now picking up the jet engine upgrade. A 41 upgrade is it's fine, I think. I don't think that's too bad at all.
Final select.
Uh,
Final select.
It looks like Ethmar is forfeiting match 1 and playing last story.
I can somewhat understand that. He was probably not feeling like playing anymore. He's still showing us something. So for those who don't know, last story is what you unlock once you finished both Hero and Dark Story. And story-wise, you have to go through the space station again with all characters except Shadow, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yes, all characters with except Shadow. And what happens then, I don't really know.
At the end, you encounter the Bio Lizard, which you fight with Shadow. He doesn't join you as his own stage and cannon score, but he does get the second to last boss. And then the final boss you fight with Supersonic and Super Shadow.
Oh yeah, Bio Lizard. That was the prototype of the ultimate life form.
Yes.
So technically Shadow's predecessor.
Yeah, very different from the iteration we saw with Shadow. Ethmar playing cannon score Tails again. And Agadoof gets a 223 Lost Colony. That's solid. I would gladly accept a 223 Lost Colony.
Same here, any day.
The goal time for a very top level runner would probably be somewhere around 220, maybe sub 220. But 223, especially in a race, is very solid.
I'll take anything below 225. Well, in a race you don't have much choice than take what you get.
Oh, of course. Agadoof starting up weapons bed and taking what you can get is the moral of the story as he takes the camera. He takes the camera he gets to try and help him make the first jump, although it doesn't actually like anybody very much. Ethmar now showing the second portion of the last story, which contains Eggman.
There is a separate category for this. Sorry, what did you say?
Last story on its own is a category. It is about an 8-minute category if you're as slow as I am. And I believe the world record is about 6 or 7 minutes.
I'm looking up the world record right now. As active is resetting weapons bed. Did he die?
Did he game
I
over?
missed it. I think he game over it. Does he?
Yeah.
Does he know Ethmar forfeited?
No, I don't believe so.
Alright, but to come back on your question about the topic of the last story category, the world record is at the moment held by ID Geek with a in-game time of 6 minutes and 24 seconds.
Yeah, that sounds about correct.
And Ethmar is second, just 11 seconds behind him. It's not a very popular category.
Yeah, a lot of because it's so short, there's a lot of resets that go into the run. A lot lower of a tolerance for mess ups.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, apparently Agadoof did post "aw" in the chat after seeing that Ethmar was no longer playing Dark. I believe they are just going to finish the race, which is admirable. I respect that a lot. But come on,
Yeah, I
not
still
like
respect.
this.
I also respect it a lot.
Not like this, Ethmar.
Oh, not like this.
And Agadoof walks off. And he walks off again. Oh no.
Tommy is suggesting if you can get a Rue Centurion race.
Yeah.
Tell me, how can I put this lightly? No. I can
Yeah.
always respect runners keep going on even though either their opponent forfeited or their own run is not going as they wanted.
Mm.
But I can also understand Ethmar's standpoint, like my run is so bad at the moment, I'm just gonna forfeit this round and play my best at the next round.
Mm.
Yeah, I had to forfeit myself as well my last race because but that was because my controller died.
Ah. Hmm.
Like in my hands, you could look at the VOD and see the point my controller died.
Rip.
Yeah,
Well,
I kind of expected it already because it had been acting up for a couple of days.
Hmm.
So I tried to buy a new one that day, but no store in town had new Xbox One controllers with wire.
Ooh, wow.
For some reason, yeah, I went to my local game store, like the place you would expect to find something like that. They didn't have new ones, only secondhand.
Oh. You know, second-handed controllers are a little bit of a gamble.
Yeah, and it's a gamble I didn't want to take, especially because of the race.
Hmm. Ethmar showing the definitely intended way to beat this boss as Agadoof goes into security hall.
He's looking for his piece. I have a feeling it's a useless save piece.
I had the same hunch, but I'm not actually sure. I think he's going to get a spring again, but it looks like he's still going into blue and yellow, or the what's it called?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
useless
the-
save.
Ah, okay. Here we go. Goes for his second piece. If there was more kana, I'd be able to read it, but there's just so much kanji.
I can't read it at all. How about that? I'm just gonna look at the hints. He gets a blue piece?
There
Yeah,
was
I
a-
get a blue piece. So Ethmar, now going into the last part of last story,
the
where
final
you fight,
fight.
yeah, with the awesome music.
I personally prefer the Bio Lizard music.
I wouldn't say that music isn't bad. I just think this is, it's fitting. It's fitting for the story, fitting for the setting.
Yeah.
If you play this for the first time when you're young,
Oh, for sure.
definitely has that feeling that that it makes you think like, oh man, this is the boss fight.
Oh, for sure. Ethmar does miss the hit, it looks like. Oh no, he did it. Okay. It looked like he went under Bio Lizard to switch back to Sonic. Agadoof
Yeah.
starting the Flying Dog fight. Very likely to do the Bossman Nip. And he gets the first hit without too much difficulty.
Yeah, the first hit, if you do it too soon, actually you can die.
Hmm.
Ooh, looks like he's a little bit of trouble with the manip.
Yeah. He got the early hit, but the Manip not quite.
Yeah, the manip can be weird and inconsistent from time to time. Also, a thing about this fight, you have a certain amount of rings. It goes up to 50, I believe, and then it starts counting down. I think you lose a ring every second.
I believe it's something like that.
You can see it right now. Yeah, it looks like about a ring a second.
Yeah. Agadoof starting one of the jankiest stages in the game, White Jungle. An excellent stage, but a lot can go wrong if it doesn't like you.
Casually, it's a pretty fun stage. There's also a timer at the top right. That's for the bomb that's counting down. as Ethmar is now into kart racing with
Egg Robo.
Robo.
Yes.
Is that a thing?
The robotic Eggman, I believe, was first introduced in Sonic 3, but was also brought back for an appearance in Sonic R, and is back again in Sonic Adventure 2 for kart racing.
Wow, I have never seen that creature before, and I don't know if I'm happy. Wow, wow.
Yeah, understandably awe-stricken. This is quite the race. Quite an unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah, I assume they're still willing to do a round 2 and possibly a round 3?
As far as I'm aware, yes. Otherwise, Ethmar would have just turned off his stream. But I'm not entirely sure.
Maybe he's trying to regain his focus and get control of his emotions again.
I think he's more so just trying to
I was hurrying to get here to hear that joke. I'm seriously considering some life choices now.
Yeah.
But nonetheless. What more do we have on the schedule for today? I'm wondering. Alright. There's nothing for today. Sadly. Let's just check the speed gaming schedule real quick. You never know what's coming up later.
Oh.
Are you still having sounds? Looks like mine cut off. Oh, it's already fixed.
Okay. Well,
okay, it looks like we're playing music in the background. I can already see why.
and now Agadoof on a karting stage of his own, although this one is, from what I understand, a good amount more difficult than using Egg Robo. Oh! And Agadoof game overs on Route 280. Unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate because you have to do the entire stage over again. And also, if you're using the auto slider in Live Split, if you die in this stage, it splits for you.
Really?
Auto splitter sees that the timer stops and just says, you know what, I'm going to split here because you're going to the next stage.
Interesting.
Yeah. I found it out the hard way.
Speaking of finding out the hard way, Ethmar himself, a while ago when he was doing runs, actually found out the hard way that if you hit a car as it despawns at the very end of Route 280, the entire stage despawns and you die.
I heard that. Not
Quite
something
an
you would.
interesting predicament.
Yeah. Why that happens, I don't know, but it happens. So let's see. How is the schedule doing? Alright. It looks like at the moment we're the only speed gaming channel that has something on. I might be wrong, but according to schedule, this is the only thing. And then after this, we have an Ori and a Blind Forest randomizer. Looks
Ooh.
like. Yes. Zelda 1 randomizer.
I didn't actually know you could randomize Ori in the Blind Forest.
Well, it says it on the
Ooh.
schedule here.
Agadoof
Ori.
dies again. Incredibly unfortunate. Ethmar doing a modified version of puzzle skip, not homing attacking, because if you homing attack on there, oh, he's gonna show it anyway. Your camera goes all the way back here, and you can never fix it again. Or actually, no. If the gravity's normal, there's nothing messes up about it. Interesting.
He's now showing off. And it looks like he soft locked himself.
Oh,
Or he just
Is he
he's
doing
just going
reverse
back.
CGS? Or reverse
Yes.
CGSS, excuse me. And he does. Incredible.
Ethmar. What the hell?
Having trouble finding his footing again. I'm not sure if there actually is a spot you can find your footing when you do this. I think he is actually soft locked now. Yeah, he
Yeah,
puts
he
it as
realized that as
bridge.
well. Let's see, what more is related today? Yeah, the Ori in the Blind Forest randomized Ori schedule just says starts at 5:30 p.m. and then it's in Eastern time zone. I just see.
Ah, so that'll be in 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's when that starts. We'll still be going on here then.
Yeah, we will have just started our second race likely in 15 minutes.
Yes. Yeah, this block is going on until 7. After that, on Speedgaming 2 starts FF4 randomizer.
Mm-hmm.
On Speedgaming 3, the Zelda 1 randomizer. And 7:30 Shovel Knight on Speedgaming 4. And that's the upcoming races or tournaments after this one. Later today we have more Zelda 1 randomizer. Link to the past randomizer summer tournament starts at 8. MM2 randomizer, I think that's Mega Man.
Did you say MM2?
MM2. Like,
Yeah, that would be Mega Man.
yeah, you're never sure in the speedrun community anymore because SMB can mean multiple things.
Yeah.
I also see today there is a Super Metroid weekly race of any percent category.
Is this the stage you would like to go?
It starts at 11 and it's on both Speedgaming 5 and on Speedgaming 4. So if any, that's the schedule. That's for the other Speedgaming channels. Probably something interesting for everyone there. I'm pretty curious to the Mega Man randomizer. I've not seen that before.
Oh, Agadoof is out of Route 280.
Wow.
Skyrail is probably the coolest stage in the entire game, but it only lasts like 50 seconds and takes up a whole shadow level slot, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, even casually, the stage is not long and not difficult, I would say.
But it's so cool.
Oh, it is. Agdef will now show us how you skip half the stage.
Jumping along these pumpkins skips an entire island.
Yes.
It also technically skips 2 because you don't have to scale the second one, you just land on the top of it.
Yes. And it might look difficult or daunting, It isn't. I'm pretty sure anyone could learn it with 10 minutes of practice, maybe 15.
It's rather simple.
Is this the stage you would like
But I would say there's a bit more strategies in this game, that it's simpler than it looks. So if anyone is interested in running this game, just give it a go. It's not that daunting.
Also, yes, for those of us who are just tuning in right now, what happened initially was the runners were very close out of Iron Gate, and not incredibly far apart after Dry Lagoon. Only about 30 seconds, which sounds like a lot because it kind of is, but with Ethmar going for sand walking and sand ocean, those 30 seconds could have been erased immediately. But both runners ended up taking several deaths on Sand Ocean, both of them getting at least one game over, Ethmar getting 3. And so, due to tilt and sheer frustration, Ethmar forfeit the race and is now biding his time as Agadoof finishes Dark Story.
Is this the stage you would like to go to?
Agadoof now done with Egg Golem and is going to be starting, I believe, Mad Space is the next stage after this.
Yes, Mad Space is the next stage, the last Rue stage. As,
Checks for the free piece and doesn't get it and resets.
it's probably a bad piece he got. I saw a 3 there, so I'm guessing it's the grass capsule planet.
I believe so.
That
as
is
well.
the lag number 3 hint.
Oh no, it looks like it's
Somewhere else. Okay.
Oh, I don't remember. It.
I think it was a good guess. Oh, it's these 3.
Oh, 3
uh,
containers, yeah. Or 3
Yeah, there's
colored
no-
container.
3-colored container.
Yes, the correct one, the functioning one.
Yeah, I was about to say there's like 4 pieces that have that hint.
Yeah, 3 colored container piece 1 is functioning and it's up there.
Now we have another piece. It's probably more down.
Yeah, it looks like it's all the way down on the gravity meteorite, and it looked like he went for the dunk, but missed it barely.
The donk.
Ah, yes. It's when you go all the way from very high up to digging into the piece.
Ah, like that. Yeah, I saw the piece, and that's not possible with this piece.
He tried it though. He went for it.
If you would have gotten it, it would have looked very, very impressive.
Agadoof looking to finish up his Mad Space.
Mad Space hasn't been very nice to him, but then again, it's Mad Space.
Melters is confirming container with no opening for Agadoof's last piece.
That's in between those two, I was about to say.
Pretty rough luck for Agadoof there. But
Yeah.
Is this the stage you
But
would
this
like
is a
to go
big
to?
stage, and the way the game handles the placement of the emeralds, I would say it's very easily to get bad RNG there.
mhm.
And also the lack of free pieces you can check, or that are worth checking for, I would say.
Yeah. Agadoof is going to do probably the second simplest boss in the entire game. Basically, all you want to do is just neutral stick
simplest.
glide and then shove hitboxes in Knuckles' face. So a lot of runners do this by just spamming jump and drill dive, just spamming them, like wiping their computer or keyboard AB, or controller rather, AB.
That's how I do it.
Yeah, it works. People do it because it works, and it gets them decent times. But Agadoof actually went for the series of meaningful inputs there. Agadoof now starting Cosmic Wall. This stage has 2 auto scrollers, but even though there is a way that skips both of them, what is left in its place is still pretty much an auto scroller.
Yes, and I don't know if he's going for the big skip or the fast strategy with just a smaller skip, which might sound weird, but it works like that.
Yes, the skip that cuts off more of the level saves less time.
Yes, but it's way easier. If you want to save more time with the smaller skip, you have to be pretty good.
Yeah.
And I don't go for it.
I believe there is 5 seconds of, what's it called? 5 seconds of leniency of perfect play. And if you're not within 5 seconds of perfect, then it's slower. Which, with mech movement, especially Cosmic Wall mech movement, with how weird it is, I can completely understand why most runners just don't even opt for it.
Yeah, but he's going for tower skip and he fails it, which was it's an even more different skip. I would say it's one of the most, if not the most difficult skip in the game, together with sand walking.
It's certainly up there, but yeah, that is one of the 2 variations of the clip out to do the skip. Cosmic Wall is a very build-a-bear kind of stage in terms of what skip you want to do and how you want to do it. Because there are, you can clip out using either method, you can clip back in, you can keep going, there are so many ways to do the same skip, or skips that skip similar amounts.
Yeah, but it looks like he's going for Russian skip or dream skip, depending on who you ask. But just basically flying to the end of the stage. We'll be seeing about 2 more minutes of this.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.5.
I'd say about 2. The beginning of the stage was played well, except for the time spent where he did not succeed at tower clip.
Yeah, that's and he also had some small optimization errors left and right. So I would say, well, now 1.5 minutes. Ethmar finishes up Sand Ocean with all the upgrades, so that's kind of cheating. Sand Ocean it's a difficult stage, but if you have the hover upgrade, if you use it there, then you can just fly past everything.
And if you have the Mystic Melody upgrade as well, then you can just basically get sand walking, or get the benefits of sand walking without the risk, and then just cheat through the rest of the stage. Agadoof looks a lot closer to the end than he is. This tube loads in rather quickly, considering how long it is. When you're inside of the last auto-scroller, this section goes by very, very fast. But when you're flying beside it, it's not nearly that fast.
That's why it's technically fast to go for the smaller skip, because you still get to ride the second roller coaster, we call it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The first roller coaster has a nickname, roller coaster of shame. That's how I call it, the roller coaster of shame. Some people call it the Cosmic Wall Express.
I'm partial to the Cosmic Wall Express. That one I always think is really funny.
And Agdev is almost at the end. He just has to drop down now if he doesn't forget to. I've done that. Yeah, I forgot to drop down there.
He likes to look for the. I know some runners go for the dropping all at once, and some runners try to stagger the drop a little bit.
I slowly stop losing my speed and my height, and then just fly into it or walk into it, depending on where and how I land.
Yeah. So Agadoof is now done with the Eggman stages and is going into Eggman's last fight against Tails. This is probably the most difficult boss in the game besides BioLizard, because Tails is just so aggressive. There is a manipulation for the AI to make it attack the wall, but if you don't know that and you're playing casually, this boss can destroy you.
Casually, when I was 7 years old, this boss took me quite a long time. I'm willing to admit that. I think I'm not the only one.
Oh, for sure.
Because his laser death beam does quite a bit of damage.
And
I
it's
think
very hard
the
to avoid.
3 or 4 hits when you are full health will kill you.
And he can get 2 hits in one laser.
I've had 3.
Really? That's brutal.
Yeah, then you get the first possible hit, get another hit, and then at the final seconds, final frames, you can get another hit.
Ooh,
Yeah, runs have ended because of that.
that's brutal.
It's
Yeah,
active,
Agadu
isn't it? Yeah,
on
now in
final
the last
chase.
state. Yeah. It's not a difficult stage, but it can drive you crazy because of the stuff we just saw. Those gravity tubes don't have
Yeah.
any rules. They have suggestions on how to behave.
Well, no, they have rules, but all of them have different ones, and if you don't know them all intimately, then you might be very confused and very destroyed.
Yeah, that's why, and that's why I said like it's more guidelines, you know. It could behave like this. It doesn't have to if it doesn't want to. If you hit it with a lot of speed and you fall on the top, you fall through the top.
Yeah.
If you don't jump at the right moment, you fall off. Sometimes you think you get enough height to break free from the gravity, don't.
Yeah.
Ethmar is now showing off a skip I haven't seen before. I think this is a new one. I've heard some people talking about. I'm not into the hero story scene at all because of weird tricks that I don't like doing. maybe in the future I will attempt it again, but for now my personal best is over an hour long.
Ooh.
I think it's an hour 7 minutes. It's like I don't care for your hero story at the moment. Much appreciation for the people that are very good at hero stories. It looks very impressive. But it's just not for me. Alright, Ethmar clipping inside of the cage. I didn't know that was possible. The longer I look at these top runners, the more I realize there's a lot I don't know about this game.
Ooh, that's an interesting strategy. Killing yourself as soon as you grab the key. Yeah, Agadoof is coming up on the... Well, pretty close to the end. He's going up the last rail, which leads into a spring, which leads into the last Beehive Badnik, as I like to call them, which is definitely not the correct title.
He's going for the skip, which a lot of people have different names for.
Yeah, SA2 doesn't have very consistent naming conventions.
No. I believe that last skip Active did was Tube Skip, but other people say it doesn't have a name. Some people call it Final Chase Skip.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd call it.
But Final Chase is the stage of mini skips, I would say. There's a whole lot of small skips.
Yeah, a bunch of
Like
little things you can do to save time.
Yeah, like if you don't do them, you yeah, if you don't do 1 or 2, you're still fine. But if you don't do any of them, compared to if you do all of them, it saves quite a bit of time.
Mhm.
As Ethmar is now clipping inside the wall. He's having a little bit
finishes race 1.
with a time of 49:02. That's
Still within the realm of IGT.
still within the realm of IGT, yeah, but I don't think he's happy with that.
You know, honestly, I'd be just happy I finished it. It didn't look like he was taking the race incredibly seriously. So,
So I was saying I'm going to say the same. He just he's glad he finished it.
yeah.
Pushing through hard. It can be tough pushing through a run that's bad. especially when you're normally used to resetting when stuff goes bad.
Mhm. So it looks like Ethmar is getting ready to do the next race. Agadoof is unfortunately chained to watching these credits unless he decides that he wants to close out of his game and risk having it not open for 10 minutes because of crashes on startup. But he is
Oh
about at
yeah,
the
I've had that happen more than once,
end.
and then for more than 10 minutes, I would say.
Yep, it does do that sometimes.
Or Agdev is now just getting a ring.
Yes, we are doing a best of 3. We are-
Agdev with the very, very questionable background.
I believe he is done watching the credits and is booting up the game again, and it looks like it loaded first try. Oh,
First try, every try.
man, I forget that Sonic Adventure 2 No Battle has a different opening cutscene. But it
Yeah.
looks like both runners are ready.
I never played the no battle version. I always had the battle version, also on Steam. Man. Only thing you get with upgrading to the battle version is Chow Garden, as far as I believe.
The Chow Garden is there, but there are no emblems for Chow Karate. I believe that was added.
Yeah, that was it. The Chow Karate gives you emblems, so if you want to do 100 speedrunning wise, you're good to go. Yeah, you're good to go with the no battle version, unless you want to do 100%. If you're planning to, you're crazy. Those are 180 emblems, and the world record is a little under 9 hours at the moment.
And we are going to be getting started with this race very shortly.
Yes, I think the runners are just waiting for the heads up from staff to say you're ready to go. And it looks like we're going.
And we're off. Ethmar runs right into a wall. I hope this is not another forfeit. Not this early in the race.
No, Ethmar,
Oh my
Ethmar.
goodness.
Maybe just contact one another and restart. I don't want to see you forfeit again. I don't think he is, honestly. No, he
he's just
isn't.
starting over. Honestly, fair.
Good. Honest, that's fair. That's fair. You can just pretend that never happens.
Yeah, we're doing it again. I hate that wall. You have to hold a very dumb angle at the very beginning of Dark Story. It's kind of weird. It's pretty jank.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just run into a wall, and it's really annoying.
You can jump there to make it a little bit easier on yourself, but it loses a second. Man, I've been feeling Ethmar is not having his day. I hope he can snap himself out of it and just continue going on. And oh, AGDF takes a very interesting death. That's unfortunate. I did not know you could
the
die.
best of us.
I did not know you could die there. Looks like he's still going for the ring route.
Or he could be going for what I like to do, which isn't actually the ring route. It's just collecting a bunch of rings so that you have as many extra lives as possible going into the later stages of the run.
Yes, I can see that.
Ethmar grabs a bunny. Uh,
Those are interesting bunny strats.
you can wait.
Barriers.
You can do whatever you want while you're waiting. He's just waiting,
takes,
biding the time for the elevator to fall down.
It takes 25 seconds for the elevator to reach the bottom.
Hmm.
I normally wait around 22-23 seconds before I grab the power up.
Yeah, I've never done the ring route, so I don't know how long you have to wait.
25 seconds.
Huh.
So I look at my timer when I activate the elevator, count up 25 seconds, and from there on subtract 2 or 3 to see when I have to go. It's comfortable for me.
Ethmar is right behind Agadoof, despite the fact that he left, created a new game, and joined back.
Yeah, the Speedgaming staff made sure they're died again. I'm gonna pretend that never happened. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I believe Agadoof also took a death, which helped equalize things a little bit.
He did.
Agadoof and Ethmar both going for the stun lock on Hot Shot. Honestly, I wish this boss was the first boss in Hero. It would make things a lot better. For Hero, anyway, and not for Dark.
Yeah, I still think it's a bit weird that we get to play a Shadow for the first time in a boss fight.
I think it's weird that the boss fight is inside of a building and not outside with all the police chasing him.
Well, he hasn't broken out yet, story-wise.
Ah, I guess that is fair.
Story-wise, Eggman just freed Shadow, and in the facility, they're attacking him.
Hmm.
That's as far as I know the story for this part of the game. Rouge at this part is not really working with Eggman yet. I think she starts working with Eggman later, when she gets confronted.
After she gets through headquarters.
Yeah, when she infiltrates his base. Because
that's
Rouge.
A cool spiral upper strat from Agadoof. I don't think I've ever seen that, but it definitely makes sense. Ethmar grabs a free piece before getting his third piece. These runners are going to be very close to even, as Agadoof also got a free piece before his second piece. A bit unfortunate that both runners had pieces at the top of Dry Lagoon, but at least it was both of them, and now they're both out.
Yeah, Agadoof had a bit of a bad piece, because you have to climb all the way up top.
Mm-hmm. Ethmar had a similar one, but he was already in the Oasis when he got there. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The same stage that killed it last time.
I think I've lost more runs in Sand Ocean than I have attempts on Hero Story.
That would make sense, yeah. Even if you were a decent hero runner, I can understand having so many lost attempts to Sand Ocean. Oh, and Ethmar got sandwalking first try. Unbelievable.
Now, Agadoof is not going for it. Very smart decision. But he takes a death. Ethmar, he's not done yet. It's Sand Ocean. Anything can happen.
He also still has to get passable luck with the bomb drops from this rotating guy. As long as they're okay, that's really all he needs to be pushed down. But if he doesn't get pushed down soon enough, then what ends up happening is he just kind of walks into the moonset forever. But he's able to get it and gets the Mystic Melody.
Yeah, for those who don't know what happens when you do sandwalking, as Eggman sinks into these quicksands, before that they shoot a bullet at a balloon with rings in it. As the balloon explodes, if you hit it, you get a little bit of height if you are in the air. So what happens is, normally you would sink into the quicksand, but the balloon, the height, just barely gets you out of it and puts you in this weird state between life and death. So you can just keep walking and doing, yeah, what Ethmar just did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much time it would save optimally.
I'm not incredibly sure either, but it does look like he saves a decent amount of time. As far as I'm aware, Agadoof is on first cycle, so we're
Yeah, but he
going to
also took
see
that
how much
death.
time. Oh, he did take the death. That's correct. Oh,
Yeah,
but that
very,
shouldn't
very
affect
early on.
IGT. That shouldn't affect IGT. So we'll see
No.
how much time it saves IGT. Ethmar got a 140. I believe Agadoof is going to get a 155, if I remember, or maybe just a
150.
150.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In this
150.
case, it saved Ethmar about 10 seconds. It would have saved him less if Agdev didn't get that death.
Yeah.
Small optimization there from Ethmar, skipping the looping.
Hmm.
Not going for mag jump.
Yeah, I can understand that completely.
Yeah. And that scarab he bounced off it's kind of a weird scarab. Just
Yeah,
to get
not a
enough
lot of
height.
people go for it. A lot of people just prefer to go for the back one because it's consistent and always works.
Yeah, I do have a consistent strat for that scarab, but it's mainly just first getting up on the boxes, then from there on kill the scarab.
Yeah, fair enough.
As
I do.
Agdev gets the mag jump first try, which is very nice.
Mm.
And
Oh
Ethmar,
no!
oh
Falls all the way down, but he breaks the box, gets on the spring, and he's back up.
yeah, those rails have a very weird collision. It's understandable you fall through those.
Hmm.
Like Stellar said before, it happens to the best of us, those mistakes.
Oh, for sure.
And those are one of those mistakes that just happens to all of us. No matter if you have 10 hours into the speedrun or 5,000. Well, I mean, I've seen people like, well, Ethmar, also Talon, who's also a pretty big runner of this game, who does not take part in this tournament, sadly. But he mainly focused now on doing 100%. He has the world record, which is, like I said before, a little bit under 9 hours.
Hmm.
Here we go.
But to finish this game 100%, you have to do every stage 5 times.
Hmm.
Because you and get all A ranks as well. Then you get I don't know how many emblems you get with just doing that. You also have the Chow Garden, which you have to do, which is one big RNG fest.
Space, and we'll proceed to enter it.
I mean, it is manipulatable. Not completely unlike Egg Quarters. We're going to see if Ethmar is able to get a green room piece, and see if he's able to pull out some of these death strats. Yellowhead, I'd take Yellowhead piece 1. Yellowhead is inside of the robots, and he
Gets the free piece as well.
Yeah, I believe that is. I don't remember what piece that is, but it is
It's also
certainly a
Yellowhead
piece.
or Red Warrior.
I believed it was Red Warrior, but I wasn't certain.
But getting both those is very, very fortunate for him.
But the question on the table is, does he still Death Strat? It looks like he does not. He just gets
No.
Dark Sonic, and it's right in Blue Room. What a set!
Wow. Wow. That luck.
How was that?
Normally, we would be talking about how Agadoof got a first piece right beside the upgrade, which is rather good RNG. But as the old saying goes, Ethmar's not good, just lucky.
So this is the space colony.
Yeah, Agadoof getting Hot Chow, a 46-second eye quarters, not horrible, but not quite the 30-second one that Ethmar pulled out.
But Ethmar got extremely lucky here, and he knows that. This is the comeback I was hoping for.
Looks like we are, as far as this goes, in for quite a race.
I think we'll see our first round 3 race. Let's say race with 3 rounds.
Yeah? I mean, I'm happy to see it, but not like this.
No, with that first race, I wouldn't call it fun. I think Ethmar agrees on that.
Yeah. Ethmar got a 37 checkpoint, or not checkpoint, sorry, upgrade, which is pretty good. I would certainly call that incredible.
Gets a little bit of trouble with those boxes. Those can be quite annoying. Okay, you got that jump, which can be more annoying than it looks. Did you explain hover jumping already?
No, I did not.
Do you want to explain it? Oh, go ahead.
Hover jumping is an interesting mechanic. I'm sure you're familiar with pause buffering from other speed games, where you use the pause to allow yourself a little bit more time and a little bit more precision in terms of inputs. But the thing about SA2 is that the way it handles hovering is the faster you press A after you jump, the higher your hover takes you. And so if you pause the game and then unpause, the game actually tries to unpause you, I believe, as far as I understand, on the frame that you paused at. So if you pause and then unpause, it will register you jumping and hovering either on the same frame or immediately after, which gives you a lot of height.
Yeah. Hover jumping, technically it isn't a frame perfect trick, but the more frame perfect you do it, the more height you can get out of it.
Yeah, Ethmar.
I remap my controller buttons to make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, a lot of people have their start button mapped to right bumper or Z on the GameCube controller.
I have it on left bumper.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I can just I have my right hand just for the. I just need to jump with my right hand, and with my left hand, I don't really do anything all that much except holding the control stick forward.
Yeah, I would worry about my my hands like desynchronizing the inputs.
No, I find it more easy to do it with two hands, because I did it with two hands before.
Oh no, I pause and unpause even with start. I do it with the same hand.
If you do the normal pause button, did you do it with a claw?
Kind of, yeah. I reach my pointer finger around to grab the pause button, which is awful.
Yeah, that's why I changed it real fast.
Yeah, Ethmar pulling to a decent lead. Weapons bed is certainly a stage that can punish you right at the end if you're not quite careful. We saw that last race with Agadoof, who got very far and then couldn't quite avoid the wall, which sounds a lot. It sounds a lot easier to avoid than it is. That wall is malicious and evil.
Yeah, this stage in general is just malicious and evil. This game is malicious and evil. Why do we run this again?
Ethmar gets first try satellite jump.
Very nice.
Yeah, satellite jump requires. Yeah, it requires a good pause hover, which we were just talking about.
I would say near perfect.
It's up there. I know. Well, actually, I feel like it's. I know it's within 5 frames. I'm not sure how close it is to that, but I know it's within 5 frames.
Agdif barely saving himself. That jump can be very inconsistent with the way the mech handles speed.
Yeah, especially with the way the camera changes as well.
Yeah. Kind of have to change your controller or your stick as the camera is changing.
Agadoof having a little bit of trouble getting up on top of the water tanker, but gets on the satellite no problem.
He gets it without pass offering as well.
Ethmar starting up security hall. I'm not sure if he messed with what safes he had active since the last time he had since the last time he had booted up the stage. He had done a lot of stuff in the interim between runs last run, so we'll see.
Gets user save first piece. That can be multiple pieces. He's going to check this one
First 20
first.
checks. Unbelievable. Kicks and doesn't get the hint and almost dies. Incredible.
Next to a cardboard box, that's yellow, right? Or no, that's red. Or is it still
Looks
yellow?
like it is yellow.
I'm gonna trust Ethmar on this one. Some of these hints are very inconsistent and very weird.
Oh. Ooh, it might have been red. I think he might just take a death for that.
He did.
It was red.
Taking a nap. It's a very nice one. At least easy to find.
Yeah. This
Still
is
up
going
there.
to give Agadoof a little bit of time to come back. Agadoof going for an interesting strat to kill the beetle while the electric shield is still out by drill diving on top of it instead of going for the glide on the little underbelly of the beetle, which I know a lot of people go for.
I just wait until the electric shield goes down.
Yeah, I guess that is a way. Ethmar does get his final piece. Not too bad to get a safe piece if he was already up there.
Let's see what Agdif gets. He gets a safe piece as well, and it's in yellow and needs to go back up, open up yellow. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it is possible to get 0 safe pieces. And also get them all in the downstairs area.
Yeah, although it is also possible to get 2 safe pieces, both of the safe color you do not have unlocked. Security Hall can be amazing or very evil.
Yeah, I know the world record of Security Hall is about 5 seconds.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, getting the first possible piece by kicking the by destroying the, what's it called again? The tank with the spikes.
I'm not
These,
sure anybody
spawn
has a
right.
name for them.
Yeah, it's a thing everyone has seen before. That's a hint. That locates to one of those tanks. I believe they are. But yeah, that one can have a piece. So you could technically restart until you get 3 pieces in that thing. And if we're going for IL
Not bad, huh?
records, you can reset from checkpoints as much as you like.
Hmm.
The only thing that matters is the time that's on the timer when you finish the stage. Which is also in certain stages, it is possible to stop the timer.
Yeah.
On Sand Ocean is one of them, and I know on
You can also do it on Hidden Base as well.
Hidden Base, I was looking for that name.
Mhm.
But it's not allowed in the story categories. I believe the ILs also have different categories for with time stop, without time stop.
I'm actually not too sure about that. But what I am sure of is how solid this white jungle is from Ethmar. It looks like he's going to be missing the speed pad as soon as I say that, and then flying off of the tube. Oof. At least he is able to get some semblance of a loop skip, but this is brutal.
Ooh. I'm now seeing it in the replay. It's not looking pretty. This game can be a very, very weird game, and he doesn't get the bounce. He doesn't get the bounce he wants as well.
Doesn't get the storage off the spring. Oh, not like this. This is not like this, the white jungle.
Yeah, the stage, it has a timer, but I don't think anyone has ever had trouble with the stage considering the timer.
Yeah, it's a rather short stage, especially in a speedrun. But if you don't finish it within those 10 minutes, you do instantly die.
Here we go.
Yeah, I've never met someone that casually had to finish a stage in more than 10 minutes.
That wasn't so hard.
Yeah.
Because if you die and you go back to a checkpoint, the timer just also loops back to the
time you hit the checkpoint at, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's that blue hedgehog again of all places.
I found
Ethmar is now going into his Sonic 1 fight. We should see a decent use of storage, which if you don't know what storage is, it's making the game not sure if you're spin dashing or somersaulting, giving you the hitbox of a somersault with none of the end lag.
Yes,
Yep,
it's,
and
it's
there's
also
one.
used to walk under objects you normally have to somersault under.
Yes. And as Ethmar finishes Shadow 2, I'm sorry, Shadow Sonic 1. Oh my goodness, I got it double wrong. Agadoof is going through his own version of the Faker cutscene, which I imagine is a lot less infamous in Japanese.
Yeah, the Japanese version don't have the weird audio.
Yeah, they don't cut each other off because it was intended to be done in Japanese.
Yeah, it's I think it's fixed for the GameCube version, but then not fixed again for the PC version. It's really
I don't
weird.
believe it was fixed for the GameCube version. I don't think they fixed it.
I don't have my disc for the GameCube version anymore, so I can't go and check.
Hmm.
But I do know there was a version they did when they re-released it. They fixed it. It was a version. It could also be the HD version on Xbox and PlayStation 3.
I don't believe it would be like that on Xbox and PlayStation, but not on PC, considering they're identical ports.
Oh, I don't know. Just as far as I know, there was a version that fixed it. Because I did see the footage for it.
I think that might have been a fan initiative to remedy the issue. I don't think I've ever seen it not cut each other off. Or unless they were playing on a computer with heavy amounts of lag, then they wouldn't have cut each other off. In any case, Ethmar and Agadoof both snaking around in their Rouge cars on Route 280. This stage is almost 3 minutes long, so I hope you like driving noises.
Yeah, this sound the wheels make, we're gonna hear it for a while. Also, I still wonder, where did Rouge get that car?
What do you mean? The government gave it to her.
Oh yeah, it's a government. She's from the government. I always forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a plot twist you also find out at the end of the game. But then still, I'm questioning the choices of the government. Because if she would pick that car, it's logical. I mean, it's a car that fits Rouge, but
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she just bought it and had the government pay for it, writing it off as a business expense.
Yeah, I could see that. That would have been not that weird for government agents. I've seen them write off as business things as business expenses, things that are weirder. Like, oh, let's go have lunch at this restaurant. It's a business expense. Let the government pay for it.
Oh, okay. The car does despawn before Ethmar gets close. I was a little bit nervous. I didn't used to get nervous over things like that, but after that one time, you can never be safe.
Yeah, I still think it's very weird that stuff like that happens. Doesn't make any sense as well. Like, hitting a car as it despawns the stage.
It's
like,
weird.
Do you get the same properties as that car and despawn with it? Or doesn't it just not despawn and
as far as I know, the track actually just despawns and you fall.
Yeah, but does the car despawn or does it get teleported to a different
No, the car
map?
just falls. The car just continues falling where it is. The track objects disappear. Everything else stays the same. Ethmar going through Skyrail, hopefully going to... that's a bit of an interesting strat there. I mean, it is technically what you're supposed to do, but it was just he got a little bit of an unfortunate circumstance. Ethmar, it looked like he was going for the IL rail switch, which is pretty ballsy, and it looks like it didn't pay off for him. Ethmar is just as YOLO as YOLO can be.
did get enough speed there to make it to the top of the islands,
It looks like he still is going to get a sub 50.
which is nice.
Ethmar did tell me before the race starts that he does get sub 50 on Skyrail, and he did. There it is, 49.32. It counts. I'll give it to him.
Did you guys bet on anything?
Oh no, I was just asking him like roughly what he gets on some stages. Just like, hey, do you get this? Nah, I get this. Oh, do you get this? Kinda sometimes.
Like you ask him, do you get sub 1? Nah, I get sub 50. You get a sub 1 minute dry lagoon? Nah, I get a 30-second dry lagoon.
Hey, do you complete Sand Ocean? Nah. Agadoof getting a 44 Skyrail, which is a lot closer to the caliber that runners try to hold themselves to. But if he's going to be able to mimic Ethmar's 18 Egg Golem, that is going to be a different story.
1944, I see here.
Oh, I may have misread.
Yeah, the bitrate on the commentary stream is not good. But I'm checking the Twitch restream, and that's just full HD.
Fair enough. Yeah, Ethmar gets a
wooden
first
blocks.
piece on the Capsule Planet, which is pretty solid. I'd take that. It leads to okay other pieces. Nothing is incredibly far.
You can go anywhere from this piece easily. You can go back down, you can go back up. Just having to find a monitor. Evil liquid,
Evil
that's
liquid.
all the way up. I wouldn't consider this good, but it's at least a piece that's easy to find and it's consistent in where it's at.
And it tells you what it is instead of what's it called? The bad 3-colored container, and also I think
Container without an opening.
oh, I was just talking about pieces that were wrong.
Dangerous moon can be two different moons.
That's true.
I didn't get his third hint. It is a very
Which is
yellow
very
platform,
yellow. Yeah.
which, as we all know, is very yellow.
It is so. It's so yellow. It's lit up yellow, has yellow beneath it, and yellow on it. Incredible.
How is that? Perfect? Like me?
But yeah, Agadoof is only a piece behind Ethmar. Looks like he got top of the capsule, but he went to the wrong end. You can never tell which end it's going to be, so you can't really blame someone for trying to go to the one end if it's easier and having it be on the other. But
It's always the end you check second,
no, of course.
because this is SA2B, and screw
Oh my
you.
goodness. I misread. I thought Agadoof was done after that, but he was not.
Nope, he has
Ethmar-
one more.
The Master
Now
Emerald.
give that those
And what does he get? Does he get very yellow platform as well? It looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Now Ethmar going for Cosmic Wall. Let's see if he goes for the tower skip or clip. Ethmar is going strong on this one. He's now taking no prisoners, he's just going straight for it.
Yeah, he's having no holds barred.
Going for all these small optimizations. And failing some of them.
Yeah, what you can get. I think he's gonna go for tower clip, which is another thing. Which is another small optimization. He may succeed, he may fail.
Well, the thing
And
about
he-
tower clip, if you fail and you fall towards the left side of the wall, you can just go for a dream skip or
Oh,
tower
but he
skip.
got it first try.
And he doesn't clip it back in. We've seen that a lot as well.
Oh, that's fair. That is definitely a risk.
I think this is the second or third time we see a successful tower clip in the entire tournament.
Wow. Out of curiosity, how many of those were from Ethmar?
I think 2 of them.
Huh.
Both of them, or 2 out of 3. Maybe there were more I missed, or I just can't remember at the point. But as far as I know, at least less than 5.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It is a very precise skip, and I've managed to clip through the wall twice. And from there on out, I don't know where to go.
Yeah, fair enough.
But we'll see what time Ethmar finished up with.
Yeah. Ethmar is opting to play the end of the stage, but he has some of the best Eggman movement in the entire community. So this, more often than not, will prove to be, will prove to be the correct option for him.
As Agadev is going for Russian skip, just flying towards the end of the stage, going for consistency here. I can respect that.
Oh, for sure. Because even if you go for the time save and you're capable of it, there's still a chance you miss it. And then what do you get? You just get time loss and you make yourself look like a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a decently solid cosmic wall from Ethmar.
Definitely. There's a fun thing about those turrets. If you destroy them, for each fragment that's on screen, you get points, and those points keep racking up as long as there are fragments of them on screen.
Yeah.
That's used to get A ranks fast as well. Destroying those.
Also, just for a reference point at how fast going through the end of the stages on the auto scroller versus flying beside the tube, Ethmar saw the tube at 3:10 and was done with it 25 seconds later. Agadoof saw the tube load in at about 2:30 and is not going to finish until close to 4 minutes. So this 25-second segment on an auto scroller is about 2 minutes when you're doing it manually.
What have you done to Sonic? I'll never forgive you for this.
Ethmar going for the AI manipulation. I don't believe he got it because he only got one of the 2 hits at the beginning. But he is just going to what? You can interrupt Tails' laser? I'd never seen that before. That was a very interesting Tails 2 fight from Ethmar. Yeah,
Alright.
I don't quite know what to make of that.
Yeah, let's just take it and move on, is what I would say.
Yeah. Agadoof now staggering his landing instead of landing all at once like last time.
I don't know if it's faster to stagger it, or if it's slower.
I don't think there's actually a meaningful difference.
No. I do know that the tube you see behind the emblem, behind the end of the stage, is not solid.
Huh.
I tried. You can fall through there. There's nothing to stand on. Also, the tube at the end is also not solid. You can also just fly through it and get the weird camera.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal though, as it because of the weird camera, you A, don't know where to aim, and B, are on the struggle bus in terms of how you're supposed to get it to work.
Simply you can just hold your stick backwards because your camera is right in front of you.
Oh, is it completely mirrored? You just are completely
It's like
in
the
front
same,
instead of
like the
behind?
same as you'd do. As you go into the tube normally, at that point, the camera is normally right in front of you, and you shoot backwards towards the thing coming at you, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
With the drill heads and.
Yeah.
But that thing doesn't spawn because you skip that trigger.
Ah, interesting.
So the camera is just right in front of you, but it's not fast because yeah, if A, you have to fly into the tube, which costs time, and B, it's just annoying.
Yeah. Speaking of things that cost time, if Ethmar had missed miniskip, that would have been a time loss. But it looked like he actually got it first try, and it didn't pose too much of a threat to him actually, which is pretty sweet.
As far as I know, mini skip is consistent, but difficult, or I should
Yeah.
say, tricky.
Mm.
Like you have to do some very specific things, just like with this tube skip. You have to hold a very specific angle to get it, and with mini skip, it's a very specific, I would say very specific set of inputs.
You have to homing attack through a kill plane, as far as I'm aware.
I don't think there's a kill plane there, but you do have to rotate your stick ever so slightly. I don't think there's a tutorial for it out there. I should say look at a runner that does it in their PB, and hope they have input viewer.
Yeah.
Or
Agadoof unfortunately tries to jump onto the tube to do mini skip and just falls off of everything. This is pretty unfortunate, but it looks like he's going for it.
Does he keep the gravity? He keeps the gravity. And Ethmar now done as well. It looks like we're gonna get a third race.
Ethmar is now done with his race 2.
Take over the world. The glorious era of the Empire of Eggman.
We get to watch this final cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
Eggman's machine is failing. All the 7 Chaos Emeralds aren't doing what they're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Story-wise, Eggman used a false to destroy and accidentally, well, on his side accidentally, for Sonic and his friends. It was their plan all along.
Mm.
Like the Sonic tells Tails, "Here, keep hold of this real emerald. I'll put the fake one in the machine and destroy it." But then he does the old switcheroo and keeps the real emerald for himself, which later saves him because for some reason Sonic can use chaos control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does a trick that he hasn't learned. Sonic does chaos control, which he hasn't learned on an emerald, which is not the same power as a real emerald. So
I believe
that's
that is.
something.
He does have the real emerald, just a real chaos emerald in there.
No, he has the fake one.
Well, that was the point. Tails had the fake one. Sonic switched him around. He just told Tails it was a real one.
This story is confusing. I don't know anything.
I played this game a little bit too much as a child.
Yeah, I actually did not grow up with this game.
That was my first Sonic game.
Really?
Yeah.
But yeah, as of this race, we are now tied at 1. Agadoof with the first win and Ethmar with the second. So also the first race Ethmar forfeit because of 3 game overs on Security Hall after Bad Turtles Tunnel and Dry Lagoon.
Wasn't it on Sand Ocean?
Yeah, he had 3 game overs on Sand Ocean after Bad Turtles Tunnel and Dry Lagoon.
Yeah, I can imagine that you wanna die then. But do you know the full story of this game?
As far as I'm aware, there is... Well, they confuse... Well, Shadow breaks out of his home, which is in the Space Colony arc. Eggman breaks him out, and then he starts causing trouble, seeking revenge for Maria in the city, and is confused for Sonic, which is why Sonic needs to escape from the city. And then after a while, or while that's happening, Eggman and Rouge, or what's it called? Knuckles and Rouge are fighting over the Master Emerald, and then Eggman tries to take it, so Knuckles breaks it, and then it's scattered all over the map. and then Sonic gets put in jail, and Tails has to break him out after saving Amy from Eggman because Amy thinks Shadow is Sonic.
Yeah,
It's a mess.
yeah. Everyone thinks Sonic is Shadow and Shadow is Sonic because they look so much alike.
That's messed up. The story is weird.
Yeah.
We're gonna look into race 3 as Ethmar is now done with his credits.
The military's top-secret weapon, Project Shadow, was stolen from the military base located on the deserted island in the southern seas. This incident increased worldwide terrorist activities. Sonic the Hedgehog was arrested. The adventure
Also, Juice in chat is confirming that Sonic had the fake Chaos Emerald.
I still don't believe him. I'm gonna look it up.
Hero Sonic from the Earth and into outer space. Sonic Adventure 2, Hero Side Story. Farewell, Sonic. Forever.
Let's see. What's the plot of this game? Yeah, Eggman infiltrates the highly secure gun facility and revives using a Chaos Emerald. So he already has one Chaos Emerald at that point.
Yep.
He revives the ultimate life form, which apparently it wasn't the Lost Colony space station. It was a gun facility. And gun are just probably just higher swords in this game.
Wait, what? No, the Space Colony arc is in space.
Yeah, but there's not where Shadow is. Where Shadow is stored, I should say.
Isn't it?
No, it doesn't look like it. It's just a highly secure gun facility, or GUN.
Yeah, but the Space Colony arc is a gun facility.
Eh.
It got taken over by Gun after they put Gerald Robotnik in prison.
But
I'm done with lore. I'm tired of this. Both races are on the main screen. I'm going to ask if they're ready, and we are going to be looking to start the next race.
I'm just going to read a little bit more into this lore.
File select. File select. Story select.
So it looks like it was indeed a real emerald, and the space station did fail because of Gerald Robotnik, the grandpa of Dr. Eggman, programmed the space station in such a way that if it was activated, that part was activated, it would crash into Earth. Yes, there's a wiki for this.
It looks like we are about ready to get started on the last race of this message. So we're going to get ready to do the countdown. And the race should be starting shortly. And Ethmar is off, and Agadoof not very far behind him. And Ethmar does not run into the wall this time, so we're not going to be seeing a restart from him on this race.
For those who just dropped in and don't really know what's going on, Agadoof won the first race because Ethmar forfeited. Ethmar took the second race even though he restarted. We just said it was it's alright, we'll just act like it didn't happen. And resync the streams like nothing ever happened. And now we're on to race 3, which will be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, it is a bit of a shame there are 2 auto-scrollers in the very first stage of this game. So yeah, Ethmar is collecting rings. Agadoof is also collecting rings, but both of them for different reasons. Again, Ethmar goes for the speed shoes, and it actually looks like Agadoof is going for the speed shoes. I feel like that's a new development that I just missed. I'm not sure.
I think last race it looks like he accidentally touched the checkpoint, so he was like, you know what, forget about it.
Ah, fair enough. But yeah, Ethmar getting the speed shoes and going through all of the elevators. Or not all the elevators, all of the doors you need to unlock. Although the funny thing about this, and most people even found this out casually, you can run through that door before it fully closes. Ethmar, all 3 of his iron gates are within a second of 2 minutes, and none of them beneath it, which is brutal, but very consistent.
Agadoof is about half a second faster. It's exactly half a second, I just noticed.
Oh, wow, yeah, 37 versus 57, incredible.
37 versus, 87. Wow, it's half a second apart, it's insane.
So here we are again, stun locking the boss. Yep. There's not much to say. You just jump on him a couple times and you're like, what, a 22?
Yeah, 22, 23 if you're slow.
Or if you get the wrong animation.
Yeah, if you get the wrong animation, yeah. If you are too fast, well, hot dog.
Hotshot just kind of stands in the sky and floats up.
Yeah.
Ethmar
got a free piece.
Yeah, he got plants in the shade, which he's just gonna grab. He also got underwater balcony. I'm not sure if he would have reset underwater balcony if he hadn't gotten the free piece. I know some runners like to.
Agadoof also got a free piece. That's not a coconut. That's
no, that's
not. He goes. Wow, he doesn't get any of the turtle tunnels or chill pieces.
24 Wild Canyon. Oh my goodness, Dry Lagoon.
Man, you run way too much Halo Story.
Like me?
And a 32 from Agadoof. Very, very good sets from both players.
Those idiots will never find my hidden base inside this pyramid. Let's take a look here first.
Ethmar goes for the reset to have his cycles line up nicely and doesn't get the first merry-go-round jump. I'm not sure
jump
if he's
is
going to
more difficult than it looks, actually.
Oh yeah, I can really get you.
I think you have about 3 or 5 frames for it.
I'm not too sure about the science. But it looks like we're going to have another spaghetti ocean from the way this is starting.
Oh, guys, please.
Oh, he doesn't even fire the shot. Oh, not like this.
Agadoof can now take this level. If he just plays well from now on. He doesn't even have to get first cycle. He can just.
Well, he's gonna have to get first cycle because Ethmar is gonna be going for first cycle.
Well, now he does. I thought maybe Ethmar will go for a
sandwalking again.
Yeah, because if he would have gotten it, he would have pulled ahead. But AGF, no problem, gets first cycle.
Yeah, race 1 was
something else.
No, Agadoof falls. Luckily, it's right after the checkpoint, so the racers are still very close.
Screws up his cycle, so now it's really hard to tell what cycle he's on. Ethmar definitely on first cycle.
Oh, for sure.
Because I would say second cycle is also very comfortable.
Second cycle is okay. The cycles on this stage are not very long.
No, I think the fastest time I've got it with a Second cycle is a 202.
It's not horrible.
Oh, that's for a second cycle, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I have given up first cycles for consistency. Because that last merry-go-round jump Ethmar just missed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I understand completely.
It has a will of its own. Because Agadev had died, he has to wait for the cycle.
Ethmar is going to be doing some similar waiting because of the death that he just took. But at least we're almost out. At least we are almost out of Sand Ocean.
I would say Sand Ocean is the biggest bottleneck of this run.
For sure.
And right at the beginning as well. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I'd call it good because even without the very precise trick, it still is... what's it called? Even without the very precise trick, it still is a very difficult and punishing stage.
Yeah.
So having it at the beginning, making it rather painless for killing runs is pretty nice.
Yeah, that's one thing. But it can't be said about the other side as well, because with calling it a bad thing. Because at the beginning of the run, it's very hard to get runs going. I've been stuck on Sand Ocean, Dry Lagoon, and Iron Gate for hours some days.
But I'd rather have a I'd rather have a run die to Sand Ocean at the beginning of the run than have the run die to Cosmic Wall. Or if Sand Ocean was placed on Cosmic Wall, I don't think I'd be able to finish a run. Agadoof going for the mock bounce, and he gets it all the way up. That's the most height he's gotten from the mock bounce this whole time.
Let's see.
Ethmar doesn't go for it. Respectable option. Hits the beetle and takes the rocket. Agadoof opting not to go for cycleless and instead just reading what cycle he's on based on based on just looking at the ramp as he's going down it. Ethmar does go for the cycle skip.
It's a very weird cycle skip, I would say.
Oh, for sure.
Because you have to move your hitbox through the box to hit the spring. Because you hit the spring from a weird angle, it sends you straight up past the other spring you're supposed to hit. And Agadoof takes a very unfortunate death, but so does Ethmar. They're both on a last life, I want to say, but they are not.
Agadoof is close. Okay, Ethmar is safe on top of the bridge. He does land on the rail. These runners are still neck and neck. And both of them get the spin dash onto the rail successfully. Ethmar is playing with fire right now. That skip does not look... what's it called? That skip does not look as scary as it is. A lot of runners get it without too much difficulty, but in a race, when you're on 0 lives, especially at the end of the stage for only about a second of time save, it might not be worth it. But he still went for it.
I also see some people are kind of fighting in chat over who's the best. And they're not fighting between Agadoof and Ethmar. It's kind of this man-up fight going on right now. As someone just challenged me to a race.
Ah, good luck.
Icicle just challenged me. He said he's better than both AGDF and Ethmar. He said he's faster than both of them. Well, I would say put your money where your mouth is, big boy.
Agadoof grabs first hint. Looks like he resets, not a piece that he wants. Ethmar gets a piece that it looks like he does want. Kills the enemies for the free piece checks. Doesn't get the foreman, but it's kind of a difficult one and not too punishing if you miss it, because it's not that likely to get it. Agadoof gets a first piece in the upgrade room, which is very good, but Ethmar's first piece in green room looks to be very, very rewarding. Sleeping under a coffin is a piece in the red room, and
He
some
could
people...
have he could have taken a death threat there.
But in a race, especially, I can understand just having a guaranteed red piece instead of dying and risking not... Actually, no, he couldn't have taken a death strat. He's on 0 lives. He doesn't have lives to death strat.
No, that's right as well. I forgot about that.
It
Just
looks like Agadoof...
Habit. I wouldn't probably even noticed. Just like, oh, I can dash right there. Oh wait, I don't have any lives. Shoot.
Agadoof is... looks like he did take a death strat and is trying to get his piece in the green room. Only one piece remains for Agadoof. Hitting that fire was kind of dangerous. I hope he doesn't think he has lives left. He does have rings now as a little bit of a safety net, but this is still a little scary.
I think he thought he had rings left. A skull is that piece called.
Ethmar going into Lost Colony. Last race, I believe he got a 2:16. I want him to see him pull a time like that off again. Very, very good time. I would also like to see something a little bit closer to that from Agadoof, who got, I believe, 2:22. But this is a very difficult stage, and Ethmar is known for his Eggman movement. So we're going to see how that pans out for these runners.
Yeah, Ethmar taking these very small hops before he's at a door. That's just to lose a little bit of speed so he doesn't bonk on the door. Which essentially means you go slow to go fast. Welcome to speedrunning, people. Alright, Icicle, I'm gonna tell you one more time, but you gotta put your money where your mouth is if you're gonna keep trash talking like that.
Ethmar having decent movement, looking to be about 40 seconds ahead of Agadoof. Maybe a little bit closer to 35. He is coming up on the second to last auto scroller of the story, or actually I believe it's the third last for him, but no, I wouldn't count that as an auto scroller. He's almost done with his.
Yeah. What do you think? If someone keeps trash talking, do they have to put their money where their mouth is?
I mean, the old saying goes, put up or shut up.
Yeah, I
So-
can agree with that. I don't know if you're reading chat right now.
Passively, I'm paying far more attention to the run.
Yeah, I'm kind of switching in between both, and I just see a lot of people laughing at a trash talker. Welcome to the internet, people. As I'm also seeing our viewer count. Wow. Don't know if you're seeing this as well, but looking good.
Yeah. It looks like Ethmar is going to be getting a 2:18, which
That's
I cannot
very
believe
good.
Still playing with 0 lives. Both runners on 0 lives. Weapons bet is going to be interesting. The thing about weapons bet is how easy it is to die because the camera doesn't like you. So we're going to be seeing how these runners are able to deal with the camera and other ridiculousness in weapons. Ethmar gets the first jump without any interruption or protest from the jet. Agadoof getting an unfortunate punch and a 2:23. Fair enough. Ethmar does successfully get the first jump and the second part of the first jump. I've messed up the second part more times than I'd like to admit, but Ethmar looks like he's handling it with nary a problem. The camera as a physical object gets stuck in the tunnel as Ethmar does continue through. The camera eventually catches up, but it is kind of funny to remember sometimes that the camera is a physical object that can get stuck in places, and you can trap it on purpose if you are looking to. That was a very low hover from Ethmar, but it looks like he was successfully able to make it across. This is a very good weapons bet from him. 104 check and speed shoes. We're going to see how Satellite Jump treats him. First try on the Satellite. The speed from the speed shoes undoubtedly making that jump far easier. 124. Very, very well done. I believe that was a frame different from the weapons bed that he had last time, which was a 124.75, but I'm not 100% sure. Agadoof making his own rather good progress. I believe he is only about 30 or so seconds behind. That jump, which Ethmar took very, very low, Agadoof wanted to get a little bit of height on to improve his chances of living, but it looks like it didn't even matter as he just gets his A button eaten by the black boxes and has to start at the beginning of the stage.
That happens too much at this game.
It is a bit unfortunate how much weapons bet especially eats your inputs.
It's always weapons bet, no other stages. I'm still pretty sure there's a piece of code in weapons bet that just says eat random inputs.
Might be related to the piece of code that gives you pseudo speed shoes when you're on runways.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think there's a section of code that's titled inconsistencies. It says eat inputs, give weird pieces, and screw speedrunners.
Ethmar gets the yellow lonely door. I'm surprised yellow isn't the safe he has active. I believe that was the last safe that he had activated last time. But it looks like he is going upstairs to activate the yellow safe, checking around for a couple pieces, getting useless trash, and going back to get lonely door. This is going to be a 45 security hall. Oh, 43. He didn't have to wait for the door to open to get it. Agadoof going for his own satellite jump. Unfortunately, not having as easy of a time as Ethmar did, although he does also not have the speed shoes that Ethmar had.
The speed shoes make it easier.
Yeah, they give you a little bit more height, and also having more speed lets you jump higher. Ethmar going for Flying Dog. It looks like he is able to get them a nip, at least the first 3 hits of it. Yep, and it looks like this Flying Dog is going to prove to be not a trouble at all for Ethmar, as Agadoof is now a stage and a boss behind him.
But this flying dog can be defeated.
I think Ethmar is proof negative to that.
Uh-huh. I heard they make a reappearance, both Flying Dog and Hotshot. They make a reappearance in Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game.
Oh, I was unaware of that. I know very little about
yeah, Proving Pilot told me.
Ah, interesting. Oh my goodness, Ethmar's beginning of this white jungle has been incredibly clean. You got the stick to the floor and the storage strat. Oh my goodness, wow. The level of play.
No prisoners. Brushing mistakes off at this point, like, yeah, you know what, doesn't matter. Very nice to see he was able to set his mind apart and just tell himself, okay, gotta reset my mind now, gotta keep going after his first forfeit.
Yeah, tilting that hard and being able to come back and still play the game is very difficult, although that death is going to be costly and help Agadoof close the gap a little bit between him and Ethmar.
Agadoof is having a bit of trouble with his second piece. Ah, he found it.
Is he going to get the storage strat again? He gets it again. Unbelievable. Unfortunate. Agadoof trying to get the spiral upper to land or to climb on the side of the platform and go up, but the game just
Yeah,
did not want to give it to
that
him.
platform is weird. This game handles you touching vertical planes not very well.
Mm.
If you are falling towards and you're touching a vertical plane, your fall speed goes times 1,000 or something, and you hit the floor quite fast. Some places it's very nice. It helps you reach the bottom a bit faster. But there are places you don't want that.
Mm. Ethmar gets the storage so that he does not need to fall back down. He just skips the spring entirely that shoots him up in the air. Very cool cinematically, very slow in terms of the run. So it was good that he was able to skip it. He's going for the weight jump now, and he gets it without much difficulty. I've noticed actually Agadoof goes for a somersault method of the weight jump, which is interesting, but if it makes it more consistent for him, then I would be perfectly fine with that.
That wasn't so hard.
Yeah, most definitely.
Hmm. Ethmar now fighting Sonic 1, in which he is going to need to use storage again. We explained storage last time, but essentially what it is holding B long enough for the game to be not sure if he's spin dashing or somersaulting, and then jumping to cancel it so that he can use the somersault to attack Sonic without needing to worry about all of that ridiculous end lag.
You can't get away this time. There's only one real sign. Bring it on.
That was a very fast Sonic 1, actually.
Yeah,
Considering
definitely.
he didn't use spin dash strats, very, very good.
What's the fastest time you could get at that Sonic fight? Because I've seen people easily get sub 12, sub 13 seconds. You by any chance know the world record?
I can find out. But yeah, Ethmar is now on route to 80. This is the last time we're going to see this stage from him, as long as he doesn't fall off the end.
Or get his stage despawned?
Yeah. But yeah, Ethmar is drifting consistently, snaking as it were, so that he can maintain a higher top speed. While you are driving forward normally, I believe your highest speed is 10, but while you are drifting, your highest speed is 15, which those units really don't serve much purpose if you don't know what they mean, but just know that it's essentially a lot faster.
Yeah. And Tommy just confirmed the world record for Sonic 1, which is 10 seconds and 94 hundredths of a second.
That's pretty
Thanks,
crazy.
Tommy. That's very crazy.
Yeah,
And
the
it's
timer.
yeah, that's a frame perfect Shadow 1 fight or Sonic 1 fight basically, because those two just work the same.
Mhm. Or at least can be equally beaten. I know they have different AI.
Yeah, different AI, but I think they can be beaten equally as fast.
Mhm. Yes, they can.
I don't
It's
know.
the same frame of the hypothetical fastest time.
Yeah. I
But
don't
that's
know
because
too
you're
much
going-
about Sonic's AI, but I know if you about Shadow's AI. But I know if you circle around Sonic like AGDF just did, you can beat him very easily without storage. Oh, and Tommy, he also just confirmed world record used reset abuse and gets a sub 10, but that's for TAS.
Yeah.
Those who don't know what TAS is, it's a 2-assisted speedrun or speed play, depending who you ask, and it's been around since the dawn of speedrunning. Basically playing the game frame by frame, or letting a program play it for you frame by frame, and getting a hypothetical perfect play.
Ethmar finishing up his Route 280 with a rather solid time, as far as I'm aware.
244 is
244.
not bad.
The hypothetical best time you can get story style is a 240, I believe, 239 with the startup boost, and a lot of runners are happy with getting about like 249, 250 range. So 244 is very, very good from Ethmar.
Around 250, I'm happy,
Yeah.
especially in races. In races, I would say anything below 3 minutes, because in races you can't be too greedy.
Tell that to Ethmar. He's been being greedy this entire race.
It's Ethmar.
We're going to see if he continues to be greedy and go for the IL strat, which uses a fast rail switch about here. Oh my goodness.
He gets it. He gets it.
Unbelievable.
Ethmar, you madman. I love you.
The greed is real and it pays off for him. Ethmar looking like Wario right now. He gets a nice homing attack into the rail, is able to trick up to the top. This is incredible.
Wow.
And he gets a 42 sky rail.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to get sub 40? Do you know that?
It is possible to get sub 40, but it's very tight. Whether or not it's possible to get sub 40 story style, I'm not 100% sure. I believe it is. I think you
It
might
does
need
look
to
like
reset
it.
for it.
If I see Ethmar play like that, I think it's possible.
Hmm.
But I don't know if it's faster story speedrun wise.
Hmm.
Like it might be faster IGT for the normal in-game timer,
Hmm.
but would it be faster RTA?
That I'm not sure about. But I don't think that the racers would care about RTA at the top level, because really what it's about is the IGT at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Ethmar getting a 23 egg golem, solid in its own right. He was able to get a sub 20, I believe it was an 18 last time, which was ridiculous. But 23 is certainly fine.
And Agadev getting a 253 route 280. Ethmar resetting a couple of times. Blue light circle. That's something he can work with.
I'm actually confused as to why he reset dancing wooden box on the grass. I don't think I would have reset for that, but maybe
Probably,
he noticed that he had
probably the pieces it can lead to.
Fair enough.
He didn't want to go all the way up top and all the way back down again.
Yeah, fair enough.
Crescent moon with green growing. That's
all
the way down. You're probably gonna die after this.
Yeah, especially with the amount of lives that he has left.
That's how I do it, at least.
Hmm.
Die here to get yourself. He doesn't.
Oh, what? He's taking this?
He isn't.
Oh, okay.
I spoke too soon. Maybe he tried to take it. Odd moon. That's somewhere in the middle.
Is it?
Yeah, it's.
I remember that being above
the middle,
Holy Planet.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like above Holy Planet, in the middle-ish of the stage. Remember, the stage is huge.
That's fair.
Lengthwise.
I just consider Holy Planet and up to be top.
Like Odd Moon is on the backside of this platform.
It's the one that's rotated.
Yeah. Sometimes
110
this game has very clever hints. But 110. Yeah. Not much to say about it.
I've seen better, but I've definitely seen worse.
It's mad space. Take it.
Yep, Agadoof got a 47 sky rail for those keeping track at home. Very good within its own right, but certainly not the ridiculous IL strat that Ethmar went for.
Yeah, but Ethmar's crazy.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe we might make it sound like AGF is not playing good, but he's playing extremely well. He's playing much better than I normally do. Ethmar is just being crazy and having good luck.
Ethmar shoving hitboxes in Knuckles' face, ending this fight sub 15. Very well done.
Wow. I've gotten a sub 14 once in my life.
Ooh.
I think it was with reset abuse.
I imagine so, yeah.
And was probably also within practice. So there's no way I can prove my point. Let's see if Ethmar can get a 2 out of 2 Cosmic Wall.
It would be really nice to see him get a tower clip again, but
Yeah.
it's such a difficult skip. You can't hold him to that expectation. Although he
Well,
might
this
hold
is
himself
Ethmar.
to that expectation.
Yeah, I was about to say that he's going to hold himself to it. I don't know Ethmar personally, but the way he plays, he kind of looks like the guy that's very tough on himself. Takes nothing but the best, which for speedrunning I can understand.
Oh, for sure.
And sometimes I catch myself being a bit too strict on stuff either.
Mm-hmm.
And I
It's
think
definitely a power mindset to have for speedrunning, but it might not be the
Yeah.
healthiest one.
not the healthiest, but can definitely be, pushing yourself to the limit. I would say.
He goes
Which, of
for the
course-
second try tower clip.
No, he can't get it. That's
He's just
unfortunate,
gonna go
but
for the normal clip.
he's probably still going for the normal strat anyway. And AGDF got the very yellow platform, but has a little bit of trouble getting up there.
You need a lot of height to get up there.
Yeah, and there's no spring, I believe, that will lead you that high. You have to jump off the top of the little house that's on the gravity meteorite. I know Ethmar is going for Russian skip.
I mean, I can see it. If he didn't get a tower clip, I can understand just going for Russian skip, just trying to bring the set home. He has already conceded one game to Agadoof, so at this point I can understand him just trying to finish.
Yeah, and Negative getting a 149 on mad space. I would love to say anything can still happen. Anything can still happen, but that kind of sealed the deal. From here on out, there's not much RNG things left. Yeah, maybe the Tails fight can be annoying. But besides that,
Yeah, there's not incredibly much that can still go wrong, with a major exception being Final Chase. Final Chase, if it doesn't like Ethmar, can be a huge detriment to the run. I know I personally have seen multiple races come down to just Final Chase, no matter who was ahead or behind.
but then be fair, who does like Final Chase?
A lot of people like it, but is it nice to them? That's the real question.
Unhealthy love-hate relationship. One-sided love and abuse. You put love and time and patience and everything into it, and all it gives you back is abuse and hate.
Sometimes it works with you, and in those moments it's beautiful. But man, can it be ugly.
Just like my mother.
Ooh!
I think I'll make that joke myself.
Oh. Speaking of mothers, Ethmar is finishing up with the mother of all auto-scrollers as he ends off his Cosmic Wall with a 403.
Nothing to be ashamed about.
He only has two boss fights and one stage left. Although one of these boss fights and one of these stages are both infamously difficult. Agadoof breaks out with tower clip, but he clips back in.
That has happened to him before. I believe his first race that happened as well.
You hate to see it.
It just hurts. Hurts, man. It sucks because you can't get back up to go for a second try as well.
Mm.
And no, he gets the camera. The camera change.
No, and he
He's just
didn't get the
gonna die.
checkpoint for it. Oh,
Oh, this has to suck.
an unfortunate end for
He has to start
Agadoof's
all the way from the
legacy.
beginning. But he's still continuing, and I can respect that.
Hmm. If we could tell anything from the first race, we could tell that Agadoof is very sportsmanlike.
Yeah. I think there's also a bit of that Japanese mentality of he has kind of his promise to Ethmar to play this race. And he will keep himself to that promise.
High respect.
I can respect that very much.
Hmm.
Yeah, AGDF is, I believe, our only Japanese runner in this tournament.
I believe so, yes.
And I don't think he'll be going for an interview later because he is English isn't his native language, of course, and he's not very good with it. I do know. I've asked him before for interviews, and he just said, "No, sorry, I can't with my English," which I can respect.
Yeah.
And he gets tower clip. That's very impressive.
Let's go, Agadoof.
Let's go. Let's show him some love, people.
Showing that he's not ready to give up yet. He's going to keep going until Ethmar's done. Because you can technically choke on every stage in this game. Ethmar is going up to a very difficult skip right now. We're going to see how this turns out. He has the gravity. He made it through.
He did it.
And he's good.
Yeah, so I would say it's difficult to get a hang of this trick. I'm still learning myself, so kind of weird. Because to keep your gravity, you have to move your stick. Then homing attack into that wall to set your gravity or something, and then kind of hope for the best, I believe. And with this trick, it's well, that can happen.
Oh no! Ethmar slips off of the edge of the last tube to go for the final skip. It just doesn't look like it wanted him to make it.
That's a very unfortunate way to die because there's no way you can get yourself back up.
Although luckily the checkpoint is right there and he goes for it again.
Nice time.
Looks like for
It's
Ethmar's
207.
second time is the charm. 207.
And
0
with the
points.
Yeah, 0 points. You know, when you die, you lose all your points.
Agadoof was actually able to clip back in and play the rest of the stage after getting tower clip. Results very similar to what we saw of Ethmar during race 2, but similar results of Ethmar to race 2 also show Ethmar winning without much difficulty on Sonic 2. So we're going to see, it does look like he's fighting on a falling platform and messes up the rhythm a little bit, but it will give him a little bit of insurance to stay alive. And that's the end.
Ethmar takes the race. Very, very nice of him. Congratulations to Ethmar.
This was a very difficult race. It was looking pretty tight for a good amount of it, but he was able to detilt after race 1 and successfully win this match.
And that's difficult.
Oh, for sure. Keeping your mentality, especially in SA2, is very difficult.
Yeah, and especially with someone like Ethmar that keeps himself to very high standards.
For sure. Agadoof is now in the second last boss fight against Tails. Let's see how this goes for him. It looked like he had a little bit of trouble with this last time, if I remember correctly. But it looks like this one is going far, far, far better. Yeah, let's get some love for Agadoof. Because despite it all, he's been very, what's it called? He's been very, he hasn't given up a single time. He's really wanted to stick it out to the end. Yeah, very persistent.
That's what I said. It's a Japanese mentality. Going strong, keep going, keep yourself up. Don't give up easily. And it can be very tough with a game like this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check real quick the leaderboard if I can find AGDF on the leaderboard.
I don't believe he is on the leaderboard.
Not under the name AGDF. I do see another Japanese runner that's very high up. I don't know if that's him.
Amarua and Shibake are both not Agadoof.
Yeah, I know Amarua is sure not it, but Shibake, I don't know him, so I couldn't say. Besides that, I don't see any people that go under a Japanese name.
As far as I'm aware, he only has a time on the hero leaderboards, but is a very strong dark runner as well, as you've been able to see from how close he kept it.
And Hero Story, might he go in the name as A?
No, he's Agadoof.
Oh, it's just Agadoof as well?
Not AGDF, but AGDF.
Oh, Agadoof. Yeah, I see it. 41st.
On PS3,
In-game.
that's very respectable.
41st with a time of in-game time of 27:19. Very respectable for Hero Story.
Mm-hmm. But Agadoof also making a mini skip of his own. Looks like he is going to be trying to finish this final chase with a good amount of poise, a good amount of style, showing that he is certainly worthy of being in this matchup.
Oh yes, he's proven himself countless times before. He is worthy of... Ooh, that's unfortunate. What I want to say, that he is worthy of being here and that he made it this far on its own. He didn't get lucky or anything. Maybe in the first round you could say he got lucky, because he had to face who did he have to face again? So kind of weird seeding there. He got seeded 8th if I remember correctly, and he got his first race was against Ethmar, who at the time had a PB that was over an hour long. It was kind of weird seeding. But after that he beat Sky Crazed Teddy. And now he's up against Ethmar. Came in strong, but sadly didn't make it through. But I would say anything could have happened.
Oh, for sure.
And we see an Ethmar here.
And Agadoof does finish as well.
Ethmar, can I congratulate you on your victory?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You played very, very well.
Yeah, as you can see, that was actually not the grand finals. There is a good amount of this tournament left. If you click on the challenge link that is posted in the chat by the Speedgaming bot, you can actually see how many races there are left. There are still quite a few good races left.
Yes, I'm looking forward to round four now. Now I see the outcome of this match and who the winner of this match will face. Ethmar, do you know it already?
Yep, it's the...
Nope, Seraphim.
Oh no, it is Seraphim.
You will be facing Seraphim in round 4, and if you win that round and Dage will win his next match, you'll be facing each other in the semifinals.
But if Tommy beats Lexi, Tommy versus Dage is going to be a very, very good race, and I think you versus Seraphim will also be a good race. I'm excited to see that one. But how do you feel you played?
besides the first race, I think the other two races were okay. Definitely in the second race. I think the second race was good.
Yeah, the second race was very good.
Third race, not so much, but still not as bad as the first one.
What happened in the first one? What was your opinion, or what was going through your mind after you had left?
It was really dumb. Like, I knew I could probably catch up after Sandation, but like Radical Highway just killed it. And then like after I saw his time, I probably still could have won. So I was expecting Active to get like a 39 or 40.
I mean, at points he had also given up and done ridiculous things, like purposefully walking off the edge for at least 3 or 4 lives on weapons bed.
Well then. Yeah, I was just saving like everything for the second race because I'd pretty much given up the first race after Sandation.
Oh boy, that second race.
That was quite a race. It was quite a fire back. But yeah, is there anything else you wanted to talk about? That third race, Skyrail, was incredible.
Yeah, I'm surprised I got that strat.
I mean, you went for it anyway, right? You went for it race 2 as well.
Yeah, that was a gold as well. So that was a pretty good Skyrail.
That's a sweet gold, honestly.
That 8 quarters RNG was amazing the second race.
I couldn't get over it, dude. I was freaking out. I was really upset at you. I remember Tommy posted something in chat that he was really mad at.
Yeah, I was like 20 seconds behind my PB and then saved it all back after 8 quarters.
Yeah. You had a timer running as well?
Yeah, I had a timer, just not on stream.
Okay.
But yeah, is this about it? Is there anything else that either of you would like to say?
Not really, I think we're about done.
All right,
Well, I've got a small question.
go for it.
What would you put on a burger?
Cheese and ketchup.
No meat?
I mean, I thought meat was assumed, personally.
Yeah.
So just a standard cheeseburger.
Yep.
Alright, alright.
Ethmar is a simple guy.
Simple
He
guy
eats the
with...
food and plays the video game.
and he does that well.
It's true. But as far as I'm aware, this is about all that we have. Unless you have anything else. Yes, sir.
No, I was going to check the schedule for Speedgaming to see what's coming up right now. FF4 randomizer has just started on Speedgaming 2, looks like. And not too long, Shovel Knight on Speedgaming 4. And we also now have Zelda 1 randomizer on Speedgaming 3.
Nice.
So you can stay on Speedgaming, guys. I would say drop a follow to both our runners, to both Ethmar and Agadef. I'll post their links in chat. And I should say also drop a follow to my lovely, lovely co-host, Stellar.
Thank you, and I would also recommend you drop a follow for Yeser as well on Your Everyday Speedrunner.
Yes, I'll post our links in chat as well. There we go.
I think that's about
wait.
it.
That's not your real Twitch account, right?
That works.
You get there eventually. Yeah, I would also say give a follow to all the Speedgaming channels, Speedgaming 1 through 6. Also the other languages. I think we have Spanish, German, and French. And that's as far as my knowledge.
Yep.
So with that, I want to say goodbye to everyone. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you guys in the next race.
Peace out, everyone.